back, everybody. My name is Leslie Ohnstad. I'm the creator of Color Art Products, and we are doing part 2 of the Chroma Shift event and playing with the gel medium because the first one froze up on us. So everything locked up. People could hear me, but they could not see me. So let's see if I can get this up and get to where I can see you guys coming in. Looks like everybody's starting to get into the room. My apologies. I see somebody said something. Hi, Leslie. It's all good. No sound? Sherry, you can't hear me? Or Sharon, can you hear me? Somebody please let us know if we have sound. Because I can't believe it would take the sound away. Well, Sharon says all good here. We're back. They have sound. I can hear me. I can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, well, consider this part 2 of what we're doing. Okay. All right. So we're good here. We're going to flip that camera over. So I have put in 3 of these 1/4 teaspoons of the gold diamond into the gel medium. Now I can see some of this sparkly in the gel medium, but my little test to see if I had enough in there, I just want to see what it looks like on my black cardstock. And I see plenty of sparkle in there. Looks like I've done good by the dawn. All right, it looks like I'm back. We're going to have to do this broadcast for you guys so you guys can hear me. Broadcast for you guys so you guys can hear me. Let out the gel medium over this whole top half first. And this is the one I've got the gold sparkle in. I'm not sure if I made enough, to be honest, because I need a little bit in there to make sure I have texture. That's not quite enough for the texture. I'm going to mix up just a little bit more. I'll grab one more dollop and add some more of this golden diamond. Actually, I should put violet diamond in it, make it interesting. But I'll put some gold diamond in it. Got a scoop of that in there. Because when it dries clear, the gold diamond is going to be sparkling all through this texture paste that we're putting on. It will dry completely clear, almost too clear. You saw how much gold was in that other piece. What I want to do is have the, if anybody's ever heard of dichroic glass, I want to be able to do where I've got maybe some of the chroma shift, you know, those chameleon paints down, and then another layer of the gel medium, and then some chroma shift on top. So when we resin it, it almost looks like dichroic glass on the top. If somebody's pixelated. Hey, Sylvia, you came on. We're having broadcast issues. Everybody, Sylvia came in. Color Art Crew is here. But for some reason, we're having some really bad issues with the YouTube today. It allowed me to do part of my broadcast. And by the way, I said hello to Team Color Art. Say hi to everybody who's there. Anyway, so I'm going to keep continuing doing this. I hope the heck it's going to record what I'm doing. Now the camera, yeah, I see where it looks pixelated, guys. I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. We're probably not going to be able to do both pieces today because the internet keeps freezing up on this. So once I got it all spread out, this is what I did. I created the texture by taking my knife and tapping it up and down, same side, same shape. Now remember, this is going to dry completely clear. So all that chameleon color that's down below is going to show up. Well, let's see if we got all the corners of it. No, it looks a little weird right now. Okay. Well, I can already see some of those colors from beneath coming through, and it's completely clear. But remember, we're getting texture, right? So it looks similar to this piece when we did the texture on top. This is the part that we're simulating in the middle, right? So we can add colors beneath it, colors on top of it, and get some glazing. You know, if this keeps giving us trouble, it looks like Leslie may have another broadcast tomorrow. We'll have to see how far it lets us go. It looks like my gel medium's going down, but here, let me see if I can speed through here and see how much of a delay is on this thing, or if you guys are actually watching me in real time. Let me speed this thing through and see if it shows me, you guys. Okay. Yeah, okay, so look at my ceiling growing up. It does kind of look like your ceiling, that textured part of the ceiling, right? But if anybody's ever seen dichroic glass has multiple coatings, electroplated put on it. And then they have glass that looks marbled like this. They have glass that has straight veins in it, and it accentuates that. But I'm seeing all those other colors coming up. Now, I'm not sure if my prism pour is dry yet. Let's go see if it'll let us add something to that. I really wanted to do both of the textures on the same day, but we're going to see if it lets us do this. I may have put too much of the prism pour on here, and it may not be ready. Well, that's interesting. It sure looks wet. God, the only way I'm going to know is if I put my finger right into it. That is really strange. I'm not getting a finger mark. Here, let me put a little heat on this. I can't believe this thing might already be dry. I mean, that's how quick the prism pour dries when it's flat and just painted straight. Makes me nervous. Pardon me? Evelyn wouldn't say that. Of course, you guys are allowed to speak Leslie. Everybody can speak Leslie. Okay, I am, like I said, I'm really nervous if this is dry. I feel like I need to take my glove off. I hate to do that right in the middle of the broadcast. Let's see if this is, oh my goodness. I can't believe how fast that stuff dries. Okay, I think I'm worried that here in the area where it's a little bit more puddled up, maybe it's not as dry as I think it is. This is the only thing about doing lives. You can't really make it go any faster. So what I'm going to do on this one, let me get my glove back on here, is I wanted to do a varnish mix with my Fuji Violet. That's the Purely Pigment Fuji Violet. What did I do with that bottle? It was right here. Here's the Fuji Violet. Can talk to Leslie. Yeah, of course anybody can talk to me. Talk, guys. Talk, talk, talk. Talk, 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 talk. At least you guys can hear me. Let's get, oh yeah, let me get my gel medium. Oh no, we're going to use a gel medium here if it lets us. That's right. Okay, sorry, I got discombobulated with all of the stuff of the live going off and on and off and on. And so I feel like I need to get my table just a little bit more set up and organized here. Give me a minute, get my water receptacle over here in case I need to get my brush rinsed off, get my spoons all organized. I tried to use a heavy gel medium yesterday on a project and it just melted flat, even though the AC, really? So I'm so glad that Sylvia's here and we can actually see, you know, Sylvia, you came on right after our issues were happening where suddenly YouTube was buffering everything. But I want to welcome Team ColorArte if you guys are watching. I know Sylvia said she might have it on for the team, and say hello to Olivia and Carlos and Mamas and Ruth and Andy and Shane and the whole family of ColorArte. If I've missed anybody's name, I apologize, but I'm thrilled to see my team being able to come in and say hi. All right, let's get some varnish. So what I did is when I did the glaze over the top of that other piece, I took some interference violet. This one I'm going to take interference violet and sparkle red. And we're just going to do a little bit of glaze, so I don't need that much. I don't need a really big cup. My paper's driving me nuts. Sorry, I have this OCD thing about all my paper on my table being flat, and when it starts to buckle, I lose my mind. That's my little weakness. I can't stand it when the stuff is not working. Hey there, hola, Team ColorArte is in the room. Okay, so I'm going to take a scoop of some interference violet. I'm going to take a scoop of sparkle red. God, this stuff's beautiful. The two combined will really add some flash, right? Lots of flash. And that's what we want. We want a sparkle, 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 kids. Okay, now let's add a little bit of varnish to it because we're going to do a varnish glaze. That looks like a lot of varnish I put in there, probably way too much. I have enough for 2 projects now. I am heavy-handed. Now, this is one way you can tell the difference between our interference and other companies. So many companies say, oh, look at it, it's just a white powder. This is just our interference in varnish, and look, it don't look like any white powder to me. That's because we use very, very expensive multi-coated minerals for our interference. I'm not going to shortchange you guys and get the stuff that's low-hanging fruit in the tree. I want to get you the best quality possible. And that's why even our gold in the jar certainly does not look white. Okay, so there's a little Fuji violet in there that kind of made that really pretty lavender color. Let's see if I can find a brush to glaze this on with. The brush I use to apply that gold. I don't really want any water in this thing. See if I'm gonna have to get a different brush because I don't want something that's even just been cleaned off with water. I want 0 water in this. And I think what I'm going to use, I've got this little wooden dowel with a sponge. A lot of us have these. We know for a fact no water's been used on this. Yeah, that's just 1 drop of that Fuji violet. It makes such a pretty lavender. And now, even though this is a small container, I probably need to put it in something wider. I didn't plan on needing to put my wide brush in here, but this is a good way for me to add the varnish glaze right on top of that gold. And all we're doing is we're just adding an accent. Please, God, tell me it's as dry as I think it is. Please. If it's not, I could be in deep doo-doo here, but I'm willing to take some risks. Now, normally at home when I did my piece, I just let it dry for 6 or 8 hours. I let it dry overnight at each step. But here on the live, we don't have that opportunity to let it dry overnight and then come back and do this step, right? Got one little bit more to put on. I'm going to use everything I mixed up on here to add this interference violet lilac accent. Oh, that's pretty on the edges. I can't wait for you guys to see this. All right, let's get this little thing in its water receptacle. Get the cup off and take a look at this. Can you see that? Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so this is going to come through that gel medium thing we're going to put on here. This is varnish, so this is going to dry really, really quick. Let me see if I can get the heat gun on this thing. I'll blow dry around this thing. And the edge that's making me so happy is right on the edge here. You probably can't see it, but that beautiful blue, that beautiful violet edging in there. Even the tape is pretty. Okay, so are we dry enough? I think we are, especially by now, because I'm going to have to mix up the gel medium with something. Now, part of me wants to just do the standard that I know how to do it with the gold, you know, and I know the colors are going to come up like they're coming up in this one. You can see all the colors coming up underneath already. But what happens, I just want to push the envelope every single time we play. What happens if I put one of these chroma shift colors in there? My plan is to put them on the top, like sit in glaze over the top of all my clear marbling with the chroma shift, and then put them on, and then we resin on top. And that's where the next step would be. We'd be doing that on Friday. But what if, and I don't know if it's going to work, it won't show up much, but we can certainly try. Let's take, and since we're playing with the violets, I want something really subtle that's going to look like, and by the way, if the crew at ColorArte didn't see this yet, I put the dragon tears in the clear bottles. They're not going to be sold in these bottles. It's not feasible at all. You can't squeeze a glass bottle, and these need to be in squeeze bottles to use them. But I don't know. Maybe I can do both colors. All right, so let's have a little experiment here. This is the one that's kind of got that goldy greeny sparkle. And this is the one that has that pinky coppery color. I'm in love with what the bottom of that looks like. That's this color here. So what if, I don't know if it's going to work. We can try. I put some of that color in there. God, that's pretty. That is so pretty. And try to mix the gel medium with it, right? Now, again, it's not going to show up at first because the gel medium is so milky, but it certainly can't hurt once it dries to have that be part of this effect. Again, it looks like it's being lost in this. Who knows? Hopefully I've got enough in there. And just so I have a backup plan, I am still going to put some of the diamond in there, the gold diamond, because I can't even see it in the cup. It doesn't even look like anything in the cup when it's mixed in the gel medium, because the gel medium has to go completely clear. So Is it going to put a little cast on this? I don't know. Will it add an extra little something something once the gel medium's put down? Who knows? And then I'll do one that's just the straight color and gel medium, because this is a much bigger surface than that other board. So I see some hearts coming across the screen. I missed where the gel medium, comes from. Oh, Nova Gel is in Southern California. Golden makes a great gel medium. Dick Blick has their own version of gel medium. What you want is super gel medium or extra heavy gel medium. Do not get the regular stuff that's soupy, right? Because it's got to be able to peak and create these textures for us, right? So I'm just, boy, this little scooper is entirely too small to do a batch. I need a bigger, definitely need a bigger stick. I try to recycle these things as much as I can. Just in case, I'm going to do a backup that's just got more of the gold, that diamond gold. I know it feels like I'm using a lot, but we are putting a lot of gel on there. You're welcome, sweetheart. This one happens to be Nova Gel, but there's a lot of gel mediums on the market. And as long as it's heavy, extra heavy, or super, not regular, they will work. You cannot use regular gel medium because it's like soup and will definitely fall. Well, it didn't look like adding the chroma shift, you made it thicken up weirder anyway, so that's good news. So let's put some of this on. Let's get that all spread out. I have no room left to do anything. Need to turn this my way. So it'd be a better way to get that gel on. And then I need a big fat stick. Where can I find a big fat one? Oh, here we go. There's a couple big ones behind me. These are a lot bigger to spread that stuff out. I'm going to start with the stuff that we know is the straight gold first and lay it all over. See, that doesn't even look like enough. I'm going to have to make more. I mean, I know I have that other color made, but I don't think this is nearly going to cover it all. Yeah, I underestimated what I need, but I'd rather make less and have to make more than make a whole bunch I'm not going to use. I'm just going to kind of whip these two colors together, but still leave them kind of separate in case we get a cool effect from the chroma shift paints, those chameleon colors. See what it does. See if it comes up. So yeah, we're going to need more of the gel made. It's just going to be a fact of life. So I have more here. Actually, I do have quite a bit here, probably enough to probably finish it off. Yeah, I'm going through a lot of diamond today. Ooh, I picked up the violet diamond by accident. That doesn't bother me. I'll use that instead on the bottom. So we have a couple different colors of diamond mixed in this. There's not that much left in the cup as you guys may think. I'm just going to mix it up so nothing's getting missed. You can get Supernova Gel. It comes from California. They're pretty reasonable is why I buy from them sometimes. I mean, Golden or Liquitex can be really pricey, right? And sometimes that Nova is just like the right price, man. You can't really, I don't know if they ship to Canada. They may. You could look into that. But always looking for the best deal. Last time I bought a new batch of gel, it was from Dick Blick. They started carrying their own heavy gel medium. And a lot of the manufacturers are offering it, or the stores are starting to offer it. A lot of people ask me if I'm going to make it. I have no need to make gel medium. There's too many other companies out there in the market that offer and carry it. There's no reason for me. Now, I don't even mind the pattern that we're getting here right now. I kind of like this irregular pattern that's starting to form on my piece. And I know all that beautiful violet varnish, that little Fuji violet, is all going to come through. I'm going to get everything out of this cup so we don't waste anything. Oh, sorry, trying to get stuff into the trash can. Get every little drop out of what we can. Now, I'm wondering, this may seem like a nutsy thing to experiment with, but it is my experiment, right? What if I just put a couple drops down here, and then when I did my thing, it kind of becomes part of it, right? Again, it's not going to look that exciting right now, but it might after it starts to dry. Who knows, right? I'm planning on painting the Chroma Shift paints on top of the dried gel medium. That's what my plan is. That's how I actually did that other piece. I painted the top with some violet, and then I put on some of the golden maple, which if any of you guys have seen me, it's like one of my favorite golds out there is that golden maple. So this is going to actually take a couple days to dry. This part can't be rushed on a live. Sorry, guys. Okay. There's just some things that can't be done. But I'm real excited. Normally I would have just had a test canvas, let it sit there and not done anything with it. But instead, we've got an actual board created for a real piece. And then we have our test panel. Wow, look at all the colors that are pulling up into that gel medium. That's so cool. Okay, I want them side by side, but I don't want this on top of it. So I'm going to have to slide this over a little bit. Get this over here so these two pieces can dry side by side. And we took a little bit of time. I mean, I thought this broadcast was going to be super long because I wanted to show the finished pieces. I wanted to show the swatches of the rest of the Dragon's Lair set, those extra 7 colors. I wanted to make sure you guys saw these in bottles. Now, remember, a third of them have already sold in 24 hours. So if you're going to get them, go make your reservation now. Your 10% off member code will work. If you're a Club ColorArte member, your code will work to give you 10% off of these. But I'm really excited about these chameleons. But after talking to a good friend of mine, I think the name actually Dragon Tears kind of limits the name of the product line. And years ago, I launched a product. Actually, it was 2004 is when we stopped making a product called Radiant Pearls. It was the very first product I ever made in 1997. And I've decided I'm going to bring the name back, but it'll be Radiant Pearls, Pearlz. That's going to be the name of the line of the Chroma Shift paints. And the Dragon Tears just happens to be the first set. that I made out of these mystery colors that we're not even sure we're going to get them back. See, look how this looks pink in one light, but it's copper in the other. I'm in love with this. Keep picking it up. I'm in love with this color, and I'm completely in love with this color. It's too bad we really can't sell them in glass, but there's no way to do a squeeze top on a glass bottle. So they are going to have to go into a 2-ounce plastic bottle. And then eventually, as the line rolls out, we'll have 4 ounces. Now, a little tickle to you guys. It's Christmas in July already. Are you aware that Michael's at the end of this month will do its reset for Christmas? It's already time to start thinking about what do you want to make for holiday gifts for the side hustle. I mean, I'm thinking about what functional art can I make. Now, this technique turned out so pretty, other than I didn't like that gel medium texture straddled between the blue and the gold. And this time I'm going to do it. I think it'll look much more elegant. Evelyn, there's only going to be 10 colors. I actually have 14 colors, but I have enough to promise 10 bottles to 75 people. And that's it. We're going to get the labels made really quick, just some quick black and white labels. We're going to mix them up for you. But they're samples that I ordered 2.5 years ago, and they're not even from my regular supplier, Evelyn. I kind of, when the chameleon thing started growing, I had several companies sent me samples, and I've been working on the concept of delivering the chameleon or chroma shift paints in a liquid form so they would not be wasted. And Christmas in July starts right now. This is the time to prep for Christmas. Think about what you're going to make for Christmas. I know a lot of people that even start making their ornaments now, because if you wait until, like, you know, who said something about Halloween? No, it's more Christmas in July. That if you wait till September or October to start making the Christmas stuff, suddenly you're going to feel like you're behind the ball. And so I know people already starting to think of what are they going to do for the Christmas side hustle for all the fairs that are going to go on till the end of the year. And it's not Christmas for you, Catherine. It's for people that are buying gifts, and we can make extra money, which is really, really awesome. Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody loves the sparkles. I'm so glad that Sylvia could join us. So glad you were here, honey. And you'll be able to watch me switch those out, swatch those colors in the replay. However, I got 7 jars, but I got a duplicate of Pegasus Sky. So on Friday, I'll show you guys the 12th color. That's okay. The Serpentine set is up there. Your member code will work for that. The Dragon's Lair Primary Elements set that I just showed 7 more colors is up for sale, and your code will work for that. And then the Dragon Tier set of the new product release, the new basically launch of the very first trial run of this stuff. Like I said, 1/3 of them already sold, and I put a limited amount of 75 sets up, but I can't stop staring at this stuff in the bottle, man. I just want to take a bath in it, don't you? Oh, big box. You're talking about mystery boxes? The mystery boxes are being built. Now, Sylvia, bless her heart, she's such a sweetheart. I know she realized I was getting buried. I was going through all the different samples here, writing recipes down that excited me, but I wasn't really making much headway on breaking them down. And so Sylvia and Andy, bless their hearts, came and took all of them out. And it was to the roof of their SUV as they drove out of here. And there's still some colors here. And so Sylvia and the team is doing their best to break them down as quickly as possible so we can make these beautiful mystery boxes for you. Yeah, Evelyn, I'm sure you'd want all 14, but I don't have enough to make 10 bottles of all 14 colors for 75 people. I just don't. I bought these samples with the idea of making small batch runs, and I've decided to offer the first batch runs to you guys. So haven't even looked up anything about Renaissance. Yeah, everybody's talking about Renaissance festivals. A lot of the festival companies are sending out applications right now. I know Annette Van Etten, our lobster lady, she told me that she signed up for a show September 27th, 28th, 29th. And so, yeah, it's time to think about signing up for them. It's time to think about the side hustle. Right now, in the middle of summer, you got time to make pretty ornaments with your grandkids or whatever when it's a little bit mellow. But I'll tell you what, all of a sudden, you're going to look around and yeah, Sylvia's right. She's busting her butt getting those mystery boxes ready for you guys. It's not easy, the job I gave them, because again, they pulled out a truck full of samples and they're trying so hard to get them separated and organized by color. And she's doing her very best. All of the team ColorArte's doing their best. It just happens to be Sylvia's here, so we can talk to her about it. Anything else going on? I think that's it. I will see you guys Friday at, you're starting a Christmas store. Evelyn says she's starting a Christmas store. Yeah. Well, they do, but see, now if you think about it, Michael's does their reset at the end of the month. At the end of July, all their Christmas garlands already into Michael's. Michael realizes how far in advance people start making their stuff for the holidays, because handmade gifts is a big deal. Anyway, you guys have a beautiful day. It's such a pleasure to see you. I will see you Friday. Remember, there's a limited supply on the Dragon Tour set, and the Dragon's Lair, the primary element set, is done. They told me all 12 colors are ready, and they're building those sets right now. So each box is definitely going to be custom made. Yeah, with love. Yeah, Sylvia's the bomb, baby. Anyway, you guys have a beautiful day. Hugs and kisses. See you Friday. And we'll get to see how our gel projects dry. Thank you guys for hanging in with me. And thank you for hanging in with me for the 2-part episode, because the first one failed and buffered out on us. Take care, guys. Yeah, I love clocks. I want to make clocks this season. I want to do a really elegant abstract, and I want to somehow incorporate clocks. I want to make functional art. Anyway, you take care. Hugs and kisses. Love you guys. Yes, and we will stay cool, as hot as it is here in California and everywhere else in the United States. Everybody's dealing with the heat right now. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.